what my philosophy is on African American classical music. This is a concept I learned at the University of Massachusetts. I studied under 20th century titan of composition, Yusef Lateef, and also under Billy Taylor, the world-renowned jazz pianist. He was known as the urban griot to that. So what I view to be blues is really the folk vocal tradition. That's where we get the origin of the term African American classical music. I feel like blues is music that's the melodic, the harmonic techniques used, the ability to share emotion between the performer and the listener, the participants. That fundamental language is then used in jazz. And to me, jazz is my ability to use pedagogy and music theory and composition training to express the true nature of the blues, this universal language. And also, as a professional guitarist in New York City, my performance opportunities are primarily jazz performance. It gives me an opportunity to take my ideas, which I've always structured in a jazz performance setting, and move them into a broader setting. I love the idea of collaborating with these filmmakers who have a common goal in their elevation of women in the early period of blues music. So essentially what I'm going to create with the score is music that sounds exactly like a contemporary reading of the source material, Ma Rainey, Bessie Smith, Nina Simone, Duke Ellington, etc. Our performance of it, which I then am going to recompose new melodic material based on the needs of the film. I have the opportunity to revise and revise and revise and distill my skill set for a very quick, deliverable pace that I'm going to achieve in a film. So I'm excited for this new performance opportunity, if you will. It's simply a new stage for me to present my compositional voice. So my composition method, I take something that I find, maybe I'll take a blues melody or a folk melody that I've heard, and then I fuse it with a spontaneously created original concept. That could be a chord progression, so a song form. It could be further melodic development and inversion of the core theme material. But usually it's presented in a jazz setting. So what we're going to do here for the film is we're going to take like the solo sections of the jazz tunes, and then I'm going to compose new original melodic short segments to match the pace of the film. So I'd like to comment on your question as to why is this project meaningful to me. I feel a deep connection to Ma Rainey. I've always had an interest in the ancestral roots of music and the folk roots of music. I met B.B. King when I was just starting out. It was a tremendous moment in my life. He gave me a guitar lesson. I felt like I was really anointed with the responsibility of adding my skill set to the lineage of American music. I have credibility in this field. I'm known as someone who can articulate and fuse the folk styles with jazz styles, and I take a lot of pride in that. And I think they're adding an original score with wonderful musicians like Avery Sharp and myself, Steve Johns. I think it's going to have a similar effect that the Ma Rainey film on Netflix had, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, in the way that they utilized Branford Marsalis as the composer for their original score. And I think that I'm modeling some of my approach on that as well. I've been able to build and sustain my career in New York City solely as being a performer and being an educator for my program, which I developed, which is called Blues Alive. And I think it's important to receive funds, especially from this award, because of the mentorship portion that goes along with it and the way that I'm going to be able to build my skills and make my skills more marketable in terms of film commissions and, you know, be open to whatever else may come from it. Because I know I have the expertise and I have the compositional prowess to add to their concept